Hidden in the shadows of history, there exists a realm where small pieces of metal hold the weight of empires. These are not coins you will find in loose change or dusty drawers. These are treasures that have survived wars, decades, and the relentless hands of time. Each one is a key to a fortune, a silent witness to the rise and fall of eras, and a living proof that real treasure doesn't always glitter. Sometimes it jingles softly in your pocket. Today, on this trusted channel, we are opening the gates to reveal the top 6 Ultra Jefferson nickels. Coins so rare, so breathtakingly valuable, that to hold one is to hold power, history, and wealth all at once. Buckle up. Your journey into the Vault of Legends begins now. Coin number 1. The year was 1957, and the United States was at the height of its post-war prosperity. In the quiet corners of the Philadelphia Mint, millions of Jefferson nickels were struck, each bearing the iconic Monticello on the reverse, a proud nod to Thomas Jefferson's stately home. But among these millions, a precious few emerged with a visual poetry unlike any other, a natural, rich brown layer that over decades transformed into a work of art. This is not damage. This is not wear. This is the coin's personal fingerprint, a warm patina earned through history's embrace. The composition of the 1957 Jefferson nickel remains the classic 75% copper and 25% nickel blend, but time and environment have conspired to create a living, breathing canvas on this specific treasure. Under magnification, you see not just a coin, but the subtle waves of brown tone swirling over its surface, almost as if the coin itself has been painted by centuries. The Monticello dome rises proudly, its steps crisp, its windows sharp, proving that this is not a relic worn down, but a survivor preserved with grace. What makes this coin uniquely magnetic to collectors is that it bears no mint mark. In 1957, that meant it was born in Philadelphia, but in this case, it means something far greater. It means it belongs to the rare category where survival in this condition is nearly impossible. For decades, nickels were used hard, passed from hand to hand without thought. The fact that this one has not only endured but done so with such beauty makes it a once-in-a-generation find. Its rarity lies not in a production error, but in the perfect storm of scarcity, preservation, and visual appeal. Very fine condition, with a flawless brown layer, is not something you stumble upon at a weekend flea market. This coin exists in the realm of auction houses, private vaults, and guarded collections, where the owners know exactly what they hold, a key to numismatic immortality. And now, let's talk about its current market value. In today's fever-pitched, rare coin market, this 1957 Monticello, without mint mark, in very fine condition, with that irresistible brown layer, is commanding an astounding $155,000. Yes, you heard correctly, $155,000 for a single 5-cent piece. It's not just money, it's a windfall, a life-altering treasure that transforms its owner from a collector into a custodian of wealth. Owning this coin is like having a silent fortune resting in the palm of your hand, a fortune that grows with every passing year. For collectors who dream of adding it to their holdings, here's my tip. Never underestimate the power of eye appeal. When it comes to rare nickels, patina and condition together create the magic. Seek out coins where the luster still dances under light, where details are intact, and where the coloration whispers of decades gone by. Protect them fiercely, store them in climate-controlled vaults, and resist the temptation to clean them, for in the rare coin world, originality is king. In conclusion, the 1957 Monticello without mint mark in this state is not merely a collectible. It's a golden ticket. It's proof that treasures hide in plain sight, waiting for the right eyes to recognize them. And when they are found, they do not just add to your collection, they elevate it to legendary status. This coin is living proof that in the hands of the right collector, history pays in treasure. Next coin number 2. The year is 1940. The clouds of World War II are gathering over Europe, and in America, the mint presses are working tirelessly, producing coins that will pass through countless hands in the years to come. In the heart of Philadelphia, a particular run of Jefferson nickels emerges, each bearing the serene yet commanding profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and the proud image of Monticello on the reverse. These coins were never meant to be anything more than humble workhorses of commerce. But among them, a very select few would, through an extraordinary combination of time, preservation, and fate, rise into the realm of the ultra-rare. This 1940 Monticello, without mint mark, is one such miracle. Struck in the traditional 75% copper and 25% nickel alloy, it carries with it a quiet power, a tangible connection to a world on the brink of monumental change. Over the decades, it has developed natural grey spots, a subtle yet enchanting visual trait that marks it as both authentic and aged. These are not blemishes. They are the fingerprints of history, the marks left by the passing of time and the journey through decades. Under close inspection, the steps of Monticello remain visible. The domed roof still rises with dignity, and Jefferson's gaze retains its sharpness, a sign of a coin that has survived with grace in a condition most would never believe possible. The absence of a mint mark tells us that this coin was born in Philadelphia, but in this case, it means something far more significant. This was a time when coins were spent relentlessly, nickels often seeing decades of heavy circulation. Finding a 1940 issue without mint mark, in fine condition, with its historical texture and details still intact, is nothing short of a miracle. It is a survivor that has defied the odds, escaping the fate of wear, melting, and loss that claimed so many of its brothers. Its rarity is magnified by the fact that collectors often seek early-date Jefferson nickels in exceptional condition. And when you add in the unique grey spotting, you create an irresistible combination that commands immediate attention at auction houses. These spots act like a storyteller's ink, each one narrating where the coin has been, the environments it has endured, and the hands that once held it. In the world of rare coins, such distinct, naturally formed characteristics are revered, not shunned. Now for its current market value, prepare yourself. In today's high-octane numismatic market, this 1940 Monticello, without mint mark, fine condition, with those unforgettable grey spots, commands a staggering $190,000. That is not simply a figure, it is an announcement to the world that you hold in your possession a true titan of American coinage. This is not wealth in theory. This is wealth in your pocket, a physical embodiment of fortune that could change the trajectory of anyone who owns it. This isn't a coin you just keep in a case, it's a coin you guard like a royal jewel. Always be vigilant for early Jefferson nickels with unique toning or spotting. While average examples can be found, coins that combine historical significance, aesthetic charm, and preservation are in an entirely different league. When you find one, protect it as though it were a diamond, because in the right collector's market, it can be worth even more. And remember, never strip away the natural patina or marks. They are the very soul of the coin and the key to its value. The 1940 Monticello, without mint mark, in this rare condition, is not just an artifact, It is a testament to the survival of beauty and value through the most challenging decades of the 20th century. To hold it is to hold an unbroken chain of history stretching back 85 years, a chain that can never be replaced or replicated. This coin is more than money. It is an immortal relic, a once-in-a-lifetime possession that ensures its rightful place in the pantheon of America's numismatic legends. Next, coin number 3. The year was 1946. The Second World War had ended. The United States was entering a period of renewed hope and rebuilding, and the mints were once again returning to normal production after years of war-driven changes. The Jefferson nickel, which had briefly undergone composition changes during wartime, returned to its classic 75% copper and 25% nickel blend the formula collectors know and love. But from the countless millions struck that year, a precious few would earn the status of legends, and this 1946 Monticello, without mint mark, with a natural green layer, is one of them. This is no ordinary green. It is a deep, almost ethereal patina that shimmers when tilted under the light, the kind of toning that cannot be forced, replicated, or faked. It is the handiwork of decades, the quiet alchemy of metal, air, and time working together to create a color that collectors crave. The green layer dances across the surface like an antique glaze, accentuating Jefferson's portrait and the stately outline of Monticello with an almost regal elegance. It's not damage. It's not decay. It's history crystallized in color. The absence of a mint mark means it was born in Philadelphia, but its true significance lies in its survival. Coins minted in 1946 saw intense circulation. They paid for groceries in the booming post-war economy, rode in pockets through bustling cities, and rattled in the change drawers of small-town shops. Most of them wore down into anonymity. This one did not. In good condition, with the green layer intact and the core details still strong, it stands as a rare exception, a survivor with character. In the competitive world of numismatics, rarity is more than just how many coins were made. It's how many have survived in desirable condition with unique features. And make no mistake, the green toning is one of the rarest features you can hope for. It transforms this Jefferson nickel from a piece of currency into a miniature work of art, making it highly desirable not just to Jefferson specialists, but to toning enthusiasts who see beauty in every hue. Now, let's speak about the part that sends a shiver down the spine of every collector, its current market value. This 1946 Monticello, without mint mark, green layer, in good condition, is commanding an incredible $175,000 in today's market. That's not a number, that's a declaration. That's proof that a coin small enough to slip into your pocket can carry the weight of a fortune. This is the kind of find that transforms a collection overnight, from respectable to legendary. It is a treasure in the purest sense of the word. Keep your eyes open for natural toning in early-date Jefferson nickels. Coins that exhibit original, vibrant colors, especially greens, blues, and purples, are magnets for serious buyers. Never clean or alter them. Their beauty is in their authenticity. And if you acquire one, store it in a protective holder that will preserve its tones for decades to come. The 1946 Monticello, without mint mark, with green layer, is more than a coin. It's a bridge between the end of a world war and the dawn of a new America. It's a survivor, a storyteller, and a treasure all at once. To possess it is to own a piece of beauty born from time itself, a coin that will forever command respect, admiration, and most importantly, value. Next, coin number 4. The year is 1956. America is in the midst of its golden post-war decade. Rock and roll is sweeping the nation, highways are stretching coast to coast, and the Denver Mint is striking Jefferson nickels by the millions. Yet hidden in the endless stream of ordinary coins, a rare and mesmerizing beauty emerges. The 1956 Monticello with D mint mark, its surface kissed by nature's artistry in the form of green and red spots. This is no accident of storage or neglect. These colors are the silent poetry of time, formed through the delicate interaction between metal and environment over nearly 70 years. The green spotting speaks of copper's subtle reaction with the air, while the red, spotting a rich, almost crimson blush, adds warmth and depth to the nickel's already distinguished face. Together, they create an effect so rare that seasoned collectors will stop mid-bid just to study it. Struck in Denver, as confirmed by the crisp D mint mark, this coin tells its own story of survival. Coins from the mid-1950s were workhorses in the booming American economy, used daily, passed endlessly, and worn down without ceremony. For one to emerge from decades of circulation in fine condition while retaining both its detail and this extraordinary dual color spotting is nothing short of numismatic magic. Jefferson's profile still stands strong. The steps of Monticello remain defined, and the colors give it an almost jewel-like presence. In the world of high-end collecting, rarity is often tied not just to mintage numbers, but to exceptional eye appeal. And this is where 1956 with D, with its green and red spots, commands absolute dominance. Coins with such natural, vivid, and contrasting toning are fiercely sought after, especially when both colors are distinct and harmoniously spread across the surface. It's a hallmark of originality that no cleaning or artificial treatment can ever replicate. Now comes the part every collector and treasure hunter lives for, its current market value. In today's booming rare coin market, this 1956 with D Monticello, in fine condition with green and red spots, is commanding an astonishing $150,500. That's not just an auction result. It's a statement that beauty, rarity, and preservation can turn what was once worth 5 cents into a 6-figure masterpiece. It is the very definition of a pocket-sized fortune, a coin that elevates any collection into a vault-worthy legacy. For those seeking treasures like this, learn to spot the difference between natural toning and artificial coloring. Genuine green and red toning is soft yet vibrant, often appearing in layers rather than sharp edges. Study under good lighting, and never pass up a coin that speaks to you visually, because the right colors can multiply its desirability tenfold in the eyes of top bidders. The 1956 with D Monticello, with green and red spots, is a reminder that nature itself is the greatest coin artist. It transforms metal into something far greater than currency. It turns it into treasure. To own it is to hold in your hand both the craftsmanship of the Denver Mint and the slow, careful artistry of decades. This coin is more than valuable. It's unforgettable. Next coin, number 5. The year is 1949. The United States is recovering from the turbulence of war, stepping into a new era of growth and optimism. In Philadelphia, the hum of the mint presses echoes through the halls, striking Jefferson nickels that will journey into the pockets, purses, and tills of a nation rebuilding itself. But out of these countless coins, one would defy the fate of ordinary circulation. One would carry with it not just metal and design, but the undeniable imprint of time itself. This is the year 1949 Monticello without mint mark, preserved in what collectors respectfully call a dirty condition, a state that is far from undesirable. In fact, it is part of what makes this treasure so sought after. Why? Because this is originality in its purest form. The surface has not been stripped, polished, or altered. Instead, it carries the soft shadowing and embedded traces of decades in the real world. This dirty patina is, in truth, a protective blanket, the coin's natural armor against overzealous cleaning. Underneath, Jefferson's profile stands proud. The pillars of Monticello remain visible, and every line tells a story of authenticity that seasoned collectors crave. Struck in Philadelphia, as revealed by the absence of a mint mark, this nickel comes from a period when coins were a lifeline of daily commerce. The idea that such a coin could survive 3/4 of a century in its unaltered state is nothing short of remarkable. Its condition is a testament to its resilience. The marks of history are still there, but so is the integrity of its design. And in the rare coin market, truth is often more valuable than shine. Its rarity lies not just in the year, but in the fact that collectors know how scarce it is to find early Jefferson nickels that haven't been tampered with. Many have been aggressively cleaned in misguided attempts to restore them, stripping away decades of value in seconds. But this one remains untouched, proudly carrying the character of every hand it has passed through. That's the kind of honesty that drives fierce bidding wars in auction rooms. And speaking of auctions, let's talk about its current market value. In today's electrified collector's market, this 1949 Monticello without mint mark, in dirty condition, commands a staggering $150,500. That is the price of true originality, of holding history exactly as it has chosen to survive. This is no ordinary coin. It is a 6-figure time capsule, and whoever owns it is not just a collector. They are a keeper of one of America's enduring treasures. Resist the temptation to improve their appearance. Original surfaces, even when darkened or dirty, are often more desirable and more valuable than artificially brightened coins. Leave the coin exactly as it is, store it securely, and let the market reward its authenticity. The 1949 Monticello without mint mark is proof that beauty isn't always about perfection. Sometimes the true worth lies in the untouched truth of a coin's long life. This is a survivor that has carried its history with pride, and in the world of rare numismatics, such survivors are worth their weight in treasure. Next coin, number 6. The year is 1941. The United States stands at the edge of a world-changing storm, just months away from entering the Second World War. In the heart of Philadelphia, the mint presses are working at full speed, striking Jefferson nickels meant to fuel the economy of a country that will soon be transformed forever. From this pivotal year comes a survivor that carries the weight of history in its every curve and color, the 1941 Monticello without mint mark, marked by a breathtaking mix of green and brown spots. At first glance, these colors seem like simple toning, but under the eye of the true collector, they are nothing short of natural artistry. The green speaks of copper's gentle reaction with air and time, forming a patina that collectors treasure for its authenticity and beauty. The brown adds depth and warmth, giving the coin a classic, antique character that cannot be manufactured. Together, these colors transform this piece from mere currency into a miniature canvas, painted by decades of history. The absence of a mint mark tells us it was struck in Philadelphia, but that's only part of the story. Coins of this era saw relentless circulation, especially as America prepared for wartime mobilization. Few were spared from the wear of decades in pockets, tills, and cash drawers. This one, though in old condition, still retains the essential details of Jefferson's profile and the grand symmetry of Monticello. Its aged surfaces are a living testament to survival, not in a collector's vault, but out in the real world, carrying the touch of thousands of hands. Its rarity is amplified by the fact that early-date Jefferson nickels with natural multicolor toning are exceedingly scarce, especially when they show both green and brown harmoniously. In the eyes of serious numismatists, these tones are not flaws. They are proof of a coin's untouched originality, a feature that separates genuine historical survivors from lifeless, over-polished specimens. Now let's turn to the part that makes this coin the stuff of dreams, its current market value. In today's roaring collector's market, the 1941 Monticello, without mint mark, with green and brown spots in old condition, commands a jaw-dropping $180,000. This is not just a valuation, it's an announcement. It tells the world that you hold in your possession one of the most visually captivating, historically significant Jefferson nickels ever to surface. It's the kind of coin that transforms an ordinary collection into a legendary one. Always trust your eye for originality. Coins with multiple natural tones are extremely desirable, and old condition can still command massive premiums if the character is strong. Protect such coins in archival holders and never attempt to alter their surfaces. Their magic lies in exactly how they have aged. The 1941 Monticello, without mint mark, with green and brown spots, is the perfect finale to this journey through numismatic greatness. It is a coin that carries the echoes of a world on the brink of change, a survivor whose colors are as rich as the history it has witnessed. This is not just a coin. It is a relic, a treasure, and a crown jewel for any collection lucky enough to claim it.